and welcome back to the Dork Mother. If you're returning, if not, welcome for the first time. Today I'm going to talk about being a book lover on a budget. Like myself, I love reading, and I read them very quickly, and then I'm like, oh, what do I read next? And of course, if you don't have endless amounts of money to go drop at Barnes & Noble or on Amazon or whatever, you have to find clever ways to try and get books. So I've always been a person that believed in physical books, something you can hold in your hand, and that became an unrealistic goal. I always said no Kindles, no ebooks. I want to touch it. But when you run out of shelf space and you can find deals on ebooks, it's much easier to do that than to buy physical books. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love a physical book, but ebooks are a good deal. To quote one of my favorite librarians ever, Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, smell is the greatest trigger to memory there is. And like I said, that's one of the reasons. You can smell a book, but you can't smell an ebook. But sometimes you got to make allowances. There's some different websites that you can get discounted and free books from. They're not always going to be the most popular book or books you've heard of, but there's some real good gems in there, especially if you're not picky like me, and if it's in the right genre. Sometimes you'll let the subject matter slide a little bit. Bookbarbarian.com is sci-fi books, if that's what you're into. Red Roses Romance is romance, obviously. And then bookadrenaline.com is going to be mysteries and thrillers, if that's something that you're into. All three of those are in the same company. You get the same, you can subscribe to one and then scroll down to the bottom of the email and subscribe to another. Bookbub.com has free and discounted books. And if you have a Kindle app on your phone, they'll go straight to that. Readingdeals.com, also free and or discounted books. Robinreads.com, same. And then chirp.com is audiobooks. Those are going to be discounted if you can't afford an Audible membership. Chirp.com would be substitution for that. Also, if you go to Amazon shopping app on your phone or Amazon on your web browser and you search ebooks, and then when you sort it, you put from lowest price to highest price and do some scrolling, you can find books that you can get for absolutely free, and those will go directly to your Kindle. Once again, it's not necessarily going to be the most popular books or books that you've heard of, but you can find some real gems in there. I actually, before the show came out, got the first 5 books of the Outlander series for complete free, because nobody was really talking about them because the show hadn't premiered yet. So I got 5 books for free in a now popular series, just by searching through deals. And then if you do get ebooks and you have the Alexa app on your phone, or you go ahead and download the Alexa app on your phone, if the book is enabled for text to speech, you can actually get Alexa to read the book to you. Say if you're commuting and you need something to pass the time in the car. I have a 25 minute drive to take my son to school every day. So I don't do it when he's in the car because he gets bored. But I do it whenever after I've dropped him off or on the way to pick him up. So I can knock out, a good almost hour of a book every day just by that. But yes, if the book is enabled for text-to-speech, Alexa can read you the book. Or if you have a Kindle and you bring up the book, if you tap the page where it looks like you can highlight things down at the bottom, if there's a play button, you can have text-to-speech as well. And I mean, if you think about it, if you still want physical books, you can always subscribe to Barnes & Noble emails. I've gotten discounted books or coupons for, so many dollars off this. Or I got an entire book series by a certain author because that author was having a special with Barnes & Noble where everything was buy one, get one. So I was able to get all the books in the series and only have to pay for half of them, which still was costly. But, you get a whole book series for the price of half of a book series. That's pretty good. And then they also have collector's editions of books for anywhere from $20 to $25. I got the Jane Austen hardcover, fancy page, the really dainty paged book that's about that thick, with 7, I believe it's all of her published works, for $25. And if you think about that's less than $5 a piece, so that's pretty good. And the books are beautiful. I also got the Edgar Allan Poe series, and a 3-book series of Stephen King. So you just kind of got to find the deals where you can. And then don't forget, as far as physical books are concerned, there's also thrift stores. If you go into a thrift store and it's going to be time consuming, you're going to have to go through shelves. You might find something that is actually a popular book that somebody either didn't personally like, or it was something that, some people have small houses and they don't have room for endless amounts of bookshelves, which a lot of people, myself included, have that problem, running out of bookshelf space. But they go ahead and sell it because they don't have the room, or they didn't like it, or they're not somebody who feels the need to hold on to it. If they read it, or done with it, sell it and buy something else. So you might find some gems in a thrift store, a Goodwill, so to speak. Although, there's going to be probably a lot in there that are random books that you may not have heard of. Take your phone with you, Google reviews, see what people have said about it. You might always find somebody who likes something that you wouldn't normally think you would like, and, you might find something that you hold on to. I know there's been times where I was, unsure of what to read, and I Google, well, I like this book, so maybe I like this book. And, I'm not saying I was a big fan of the 50 Shades of Grey series. I preferred the romance part to the hardcore parts. But Googling, well, if you like this, you like this, and I actually came across one of my favorite books, Gabriel's Inferno, which is much more romantic and a lot less sexual. So you never know what you'll find. But if you have any questions about book deals, or any way to find cheap and discounted books, just like and subscribe and comment, and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for visiting the Dork Mother, and I hope you can continue to read and read on a budget like me. Thank you.